right. So
fucking love you.
Yeah.
let's bring on story time with Forrest. And this time you're saying we get a 2-for-1, huh?
Yes. Yes.
Super.
All right.
Okay. Both of these stories involve the legend Joe Rivas.
Oh, episode 1? You don't say. You don't.
So, story number 1, and this is probably late 80s, but we used to go and get winos, the shoes that they had at Kmart. Yeah, I remember Joe and I went, and we go in, and all they had was slip-on. We're like, what the fuck? You know, there's no lace-up winos anymore. So we're like, I think we were just like, let us speak to your manager. Like, we were just like totally like doing this whole fucking at Kmart. And Joe's like, well, do you have a number for the distributor? Is there somebody that we can call? How can we? Well, you know, we'll go try and find something out. But back in these days, they made the mistake of leaving air in the tires and the bikes and the sporting goods department. So Joe and I were like, fuck this. And we get on BMXs and start tearing through fucking Kmart until they eventually kicked us out. So, second...
Which Kmart was this?
The Oxnard one.
Okay.
Channel Islands and
Channel is Ventura.
Ventura Road, yeah.
So, second story.
Forgot all about that.
Final.
Okay, so this story, I'm going to let Joe tell... first, you have to hear my perspective of the story, because my perspective of the story is totally different.
Uh-oh.
We're at...
Well, because you were on acid.
No. No, but definitely intoxicated. So this is, was it 89, 90? It was a graduation party for a bunch of our friends that graduated.
89.
89.
Yep.
And Joe was drunk. We're all, it was a party.
No, 90. You're right.
Yeah.
It's 90. Sorry.
But so Joe and I were both a lot skinnier back then. So he like picks me up over his shoulder and starts spinning me around like helicopter.
We used to do this at parties and stuff all the time.
Yeah. So he's spinning me around. So here's what I remember happening. He's spinning me around. He trips and falls. And all of a sudden, I'm just sitting down with my back against the brick wall. But everybody in the party is crouched down in a semicircle around me, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Joe's brother, Davi, is like right up like in my face. And behind him, there's Joe pacing back and forth with his hands on his head, just going, I fucking killed Forrest, dude. I fucking killed Forrest. I fucking killed Forrest. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody tripping on, right? Like, as far as I was concerned, I fell and I'm sitting down. And like everybody around me just looks fucking mortified. And Dobby's like, oh, dude, his nose is fucking broken. I'm like, dude, my nose is fine. I grabbed the tip of my nose and wiggled it back and forth, and everybody just goes, oh! I'm like, what are you guys fucking tripping out on? I thought somebody spilt beer on my face because it was soaked. And I just went like blew to blow the beer off my mouth and just splattered blood on everybody. I'm like, hold on a second. What the fuck is going on? I turn around, I look at the brick wall, and there's a line of like blood and hair and skin going all the way. I guess when he tripped and fell, he swung me like a baseball bat face first into this fucking brick wall. So I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, dude, you need to just sit down. I'm like, no, fuck you. I need to see my fucking face, right? I go into the bathroom, nose smashed, 2 black eyes, like a huge bald spot on my head where I just like slid down the fucking... But here's the best part. There was some amazing fucking party that night that I still hear stories about. People like, dude, you were at that party, right? I'm like, no, I wasn't there. I was fucking at home licking my wounds. But it didn't break, but the cartilage completely dislocated from the bone. But yeah, I still hear stories about that party I missed because, yeah. Joe's story number 2.
Damn.
And in your perspective, Joe?
So I had Forrest.
I don't remember what really happened.
So if you could picture this out there in Podland, Forrest's, he's on my shoulders, but like his legs, his feet are pointing to the ground. On the front, I don't know how to explain that. Like his feet are here.
He's sitting on your shoulders like a child.
Like he's your
child. No. I have. His shins are on my shoulders.
So you're going to give him a pile driver,
and he's behind me because he would like
yeah.
he would stand on his hands.
You're holding his shins, and his knees are on your shoulders, and he's back behind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
he's hanging, looking upside down.
He's looking
69 in his butthole.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the back of my feet really is what he's looking at.
Yeah.
So, And then I'd start spinning, and then he would come up, and then we would
Do the
spin around.
old airplane spin.
Yeah, basically airplane spin. And then it was at
Vic's house, right?
Cindy Angelo Miles. We were talking about Angelo, his wife's house.
Okay.
They were still dating at the time. They weren't husband and wife yet, but and then
Wasn't like a sprinkler head or something? that he
right there
tripped
was
on?
like a dip in the in the grass, which was a sprinkler. We think or whatever.
Or a gopher.
I wasn't drunk yet.
Yeah.
And then I stepped in that and then it just threw my whole balance off and force just went
I guess I was knocked the fuck out for a little while.
quite a while. I was freaking out.
Yeah. Well, everyone lived to tell the tale, so cheers to that, boys.
Yeah.
Force is alive.
All right. Wait, you got mangoes?
Yeah,
together?
I got mangoes dehydrating at home, and they've been dehydrating for 12 hours. I got to get over there, dude. They're going to get tough.
All right, so let's blast.
They're gonna spoil.
Yeah. All right. I'm following up for California Punk and Hardcore 1987. I'm following up Benji, and I'm going Blast in My Blood.
God damn you.
Do you got it too?
I do.
Okay.
That's good.
So
All right, let's talk about
okay.
it. So
Talk about it together.
Let's compare Power Expression to this. The reason why I didn't get Power Expression is the Uniform Choice LP gets me.
Right.
Now, I think if I had to choose one album, I'd choose Power Expression. But I do love the direction of just getting like even a little more powerful,
Right.
you know, in my blood, and maybe you can't really even say a little more serious because like Blast is like fucking pretty serious, right?
Right.
But this album, just the imagery, a little less punk sounding, a little more full sounding. I fucking love the direction of this, and I think if you love Power of Expression, this is like the follow-up record you want.
Dude, totally. And to follow your point on just how they're playing, I mean, they recorded live their albums, but separately. So they really didn't like look at each other, but they'd have to feel each other. So coming into this album, they're still doing the same thing, but they're like so fucking locked in.
Yeah.
And so to hear that, like, and you actually can hear that a little bit when you listen to both of the records. You can tell that they've really stepped it up and they're really just feeling each other out. They obviously like practice a lot. You can tell through this record. I really like the song Shh.
Yes. Yes.
But man, Blast is the fucking shit. That's all I gotta say about that, man.
Yeah, and I don't know how you could ever choose Rollins to be your favorite Black Flag singer after he shit on Blast and fucking get in the van.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Because I read that book and I don't even remember that. I read that book and I don't remember that.
Stood out like a sore thumb.
Fuckers.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fuck Henry.
I would love to have him on the pod. I'd love to have his take on Blast now.
I'm just kidding.
That'd be sick. First question.
Oh, we'll get him, dude. Get him eventually.
dude. For
Couple years.
Yeah.
Stu.
Well, I mean, I picked 1987 RKL, Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would.
I mean,
But this is what I'm saying. You got to choose it because what if someone else doesn't?
yeah, that's true.
You know? Because
Yeah.
I didn't choose it.
I fucking love this record, man, so much. Like,
This is the most wild, out of control music there possibly can be.
ever, yeah, it's just blues sped up.
Scab on my brain.
Scab on my brain into Hangover. Like, you got the country song. You got Bomber playing spoons. Dude, you got the Beastie Boys song at the end.
Break the camel's back.
Oh, Break the Camel's Back.
Shout out episode 1.
The legendary.
And the fact that the
none.
lyrics on this LP are all in comic form is fucking crazy too.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah,
So just
it's an absolutely amazing record.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Love it. Yeah,
We were gonna pick it too.
I'm so glad he picked it because it's your favorite punk album ever, and it would be bullshit if you didn't pick it.
I know it would.
And then, but we have gone over this record like a lot of the Nardcore stuff.
Yeah.
And great pick, fucking insane. 87 Punk. I mean, who's doing it better?
No one.
No one.
Maybe Suicidal Tendencies.
87's full crossover by now.
Okay.
Join the
Yeah.
Army.
Yes.
Yeah, I would consider it a crossover album.
That record came out in '87. So
Yeah. Joe?
okay, I chose the Descendants All.
I love that
Absolutely
one.
love
Great
this
pick,
record.
dude.
Camage.
I love the art on it.
You know,
Is
all
this the In the
logistics.
Covers album? Or the In the Covers song? What is that?
Clean Sheets?
Clean
Yes.
Sheets?
Oh, I fucking love that song, dude.
Yeah.
Pep Talk. Like, there's so many. Van. There's
That
so
song will
many
get canceled.
Oh, for sure.
Sheets are dirty, and so are you.
So fucking good, dude.
There's a lot of songs that they wouldn't be able to get away with today.
I
Plenty.
don't know that necessarily.
Like My Fat Beaver.
It's about her
Only
cheating
Fat
on him and him
Yeah.
It's a good song.
calling her out on it. I don't know that would be a cancel culture one. Maybe you're right, but
Beaches strewn with seagull guts.
yeah, exactly. But I love this record.
And I think
Played it a lot.
this little series that we're doing, it's really, I think that maybe they're the band that's gotten shouted the most, which like goes to show like their discography how strong it is.
Yeah.
They've gotten picked the most. Descendants for sure.
Just once before.
No, every album got picked, I think. No?
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
More than two.
More than two. Yeah, they've had three. I don't think
I think
anyone's
I
had-
mentioned that in whatever year the other one was, but I don't think anybody picked it.
Oh.
Definitely, but we've definitely had 3 picks of Descendants. So
Okay.
Milo, Don't Want to Grow Up, all.
And I definitely
Oh,
mentioned
there you go. Three.
Everything Sucks.
Yes.
I did mention that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not until
Yeah.
96 anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has got mentioned 3 times. Each of you guys have chosen one.
Okay.
So no one else has been chosen 3 times. We got Blast with 2. We got Tom Waits with 2, but both from me. Yeah. Okay.
So other punk records that I know to, well, I said Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army, No Effects, the PMRC Can Suck on This, Butthole Surfers, Locust Abortion, Poison Idea, although they're not really California, so I guess that doesn't count. Flipper, Adolescence, Brats in the Battalion.
That's a great record.
Yeah. And then I was torn on if I was going to pick the Descendants or Neurosis, Pain of Mind. But I went with Descendants. Because it holds truer to me.
Cool. 87 on your wild card, Stu.
I picked King Diamond Abigail.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's the greatest King Diamond
It's
solo record.
So fucking good. It's their second album. The riffs are amazing. They're so fucking hard. And like the vocals are so over the goddamn top. And he's 60 years old and he's still doing that shit today, dude. And they're so theatrical.
He's 60 right now in 2020. You're saying, right?
At least late, like 60 or like going into 70.
I think he's been lip syncing since the 90s. Just so.
No.
I think so.
Don't tell me that, dude.
I think so.
Jesus.
Because someone saw him at Showcase Theater. It's like you can't hide that shit.
Wait, this King Diamond played Showcase?
Yes.
63.
Fucking cool.
63?
He's 63 now.
Yeah. I love me some Merciful Fate. And I love
Yeah.
this. I also love this record.
Yeah, it's a great record. It was on Road Racer Records, which later became Roadrunner, which I think is really cool. Just this whole album is like, it's a concept album. It's like set in 1845 about this family ghost.
It's everything. It's everything like you would make fun of heavy metal
so
for.
fucking good,
But
dude.
it's too good.
Like There's like a stillborn named Abigail that like the family ghost tells him about, and it like possesses Miriam. It's fucking sick. So, and I really want to see him live because apparently he holds like this fake baby in the sky. Yeah,
You should just go see Alice Cooper instead. It's far better.
they just played. Last year, I think it was in December 2019 they played.
yeah.
So it's a fridge.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do.
Well, that's all I got. King Dam and Abigail is my wild card.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice. Take it, Joe.
I chose the Cult Electric.
Okay.
This is the first record where they really kind of changed what they were doing. It's way more rockin'. This first record with Rick Rubin producing it. It's really good. I loved this record when I was a kid. I still like it.
Cool.
I don't have a whole lot to say about it.
I love
It's
your picks, dude,
it was
because
really good.
they're nothing I would pick. That's why I like them.
I agree, man.
Benji, what you?
So I think I messed up on this one and forgot to pick a wild card. However, I do have options. And we already mentioned Blast. We've already mentioned Suicidal Tendencies, Adolescence, RKL. The only other one that we didn't mention, and I don't know if this counts because it's a comp album, but
It definitely counts.
Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. That has like Police Truck, Holiday in Cambodia, I Fought the Law, I Won. And those are all songs that didn't appear on anything else. So they all put them on that album. But, man, all the tracks are on that album. And, yeah, it's fucking great.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Down with that pick.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll accept that.
Anytime you choose punk for your wild card, you're a winner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I went for my wild card, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. And again, just
Sick,
like,
dude.
it's like, this is where we have to be honest of choosing what is our favorite and the best, right? It's like, Guns N' Roses doesn't need my fucking vote. But in the year 1987, they put out the greatest rock and roll record of all time, And if you doubt it, listen, it's so easy. That shit is so fucking dirty and so raw for being a rock and roll record. It's fucking awesome. And it's just fucking track after track, hit after hit. Like you've listened to this album so many times, you think they're all hits. It's like Night Train was never a fucking single. Could have been. It's that fucking good. You know what I mean? And this album is raw and dirty for like a band that got so popular, obviously. And the hits are the hits. They're fucking bangers too. This is the only album I would vouch for, Like very similar to people coming at me for choosing like E-Town and shit. I'm only vouching for the second E-Town record. I'm only vouching for this Guns N' Roses record. Like the double disc thing they did was like very masturbatory, I think, and like just too many songs.
Yeah, there are like
not enough.
3 great songs on that, and then the rest of
Yeah,
it's just garbage.
it's like the only like one of the, there's not that there's not enough songs that fucking rock. Yeah. The best song was on the fucking Terminator 2 soundtrack. Right. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So anyway, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
That's sick.
1987. That's what I got. Moving on to 1988. Stu, what is your favorite? Or Joe, you want to talk about the other? Sorry.
I had GNR on here. REM Document. That was a, this one goes out to the one.
Cool.
That song's on.
I didn't even know that was an REM song.
Yeah. And then the Cure,
Definitely.
Kiss Me was that was the big Cure record of the year, which is, Just Like Heaven and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, 88.
88, California Punk and Hardcore. Stu.
All right. So I picked
There's only one answer.
Instead Bonds of Friendship.
I love that Instead gets mentioned anytime because Instead rules.
Yeah.
I love this cover.
I love this cover.
Even though it was hijacked from a jazz record.
I did not know that.
Which record?
Oh my god, don't put me on the spot, but I'll find it for
Please
you.
find it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you see their reunion shows at the showcase when they did that?
No, but they did one here in Ventura.
Yeah. With Downpresser and Retaliate
At Mega
and
Sounds.
Betrayed.
What?
Yeah, Mega Sound Studios. It's like a pet shop now.
Yeah, there was only like 50 people there.
I must have had a girlfriend at that time. there was definitely a time where I didn't go to
Yeah.
shows.
That was like the second flyer I ever made was for that show.
Damn.
I love that show. That was a great show. But I love this band. I think it's just West Coast youth crew at its finest, and I have in my notes that the art's amazing, and I think the drumming is fast, relentless. Proud Youth. I fucking love that song. That was the first song I ever heard. Yeah, no, that's the opening track.
Okay.
Proud Youth is he literally starts. He goes, "Proud Youth." Fucking love that song. I think he says "fucking" that song, which like kind of makes the whole record okay for me because it's pretty safe.
Okay.
But that's all I got. I love that record.
It's a great record.
It's a good one.
I like it, but it's also, in my opinion, the third best Instead record. Because
Which one do you like? Which one do you like more?
7 Inches best.
Will make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
All bangers.
Yeah.
All killer, no through, or all killer, no,
No
filler.
filler.
Yeah. That's
Whatever
7
that
Inch.
Sum 41 record was, dude.
Is that?
Yeah.
Hey, I've never once talked shit on Sum 41 because they are unapologetic Iron Maiden fans.
Oh, you're gonna love my late '90s picks, dude.
All right, cool.
We'll get there in a couple months.
If we get there in a couple months.
If we.
No, but I love the Epitaph record too. I think it's very underrated.
Yeah.
So, but I love all the Instead stuff. I think it's great. Joe,
I chose Bad Religion Suffer.
me too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Benji, same.
It was on my list for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
This record just changed everything. This, along with Stu's pick from last year,
Which was
the Rock and Roll Nightmare.
oh okay.
Those two records, like if you were able to squash them together, that's what happened. That's what Fat Records.
That's
and
Epitaph
Epitaph
and
Epitaph and
Yeah.
all of that together. That's it. Yeah, and it's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing record,
Dude,
start to finish.
Bad Religion is probably one of my favorite bands. Even like as when I was a kid and I first like saw the Crossbuster and everything, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like it's so offensive or
It's
whatever.
so offensive.
Yeah, it was just like, and it was blatant. You know, they didn't try to make it look like it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I had trouble between choosing Suffer and No Control for '89 because they're both like
you can choose.
Why not choose both?
because they're so like when we get to '89, there's like all
It's
kinds
hard,
of
dude.
crazy shit in
Fucking hard.
'89.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy shit in it, but nonetheless,
No, 89 was really hard for me because that's when death metal gets good too.
Dude.
And it's like,
I know.
yeah, okay.
right? Yeah.
I mean,
88.
kinda.
So this is the album that changed my life. This is my entry to punk. So whatever.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I remember fucking, having this on tape, on dub tape, and like listening to "Do What You Want" literally like 15 times in a row.
That's a
And
perfect hardcore song.
And that's listening to something over and over on tape where like there's no easy back.
No.
There's like, rewind it, and then you go a little too far or not enough, and you have to
go a
like,
little
keep
too far. You listen to the end of that other song.
Yeah, I know. And just going over and over. Just like, I cannot get a fucking enough of this song. Like, I don't know. I wish I could hear a song like that again, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
And
what does
inspire
it
that same
feel?
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what does it feel like to hear a song like that again? That like just brings you into a whole nother world. Now, maybe I have come across songs like that because there are lots of genres of music that I've discovered since discovering punk rock. There was a long time that I was into like really, really into dub reggae, and then the last like 3 years, I've been like really into Peruvian chicha music, and so like those have shaped my life as well. But that's almost like a sound I'm discovering, and I guess this was too. But this is like nailed down to like, oh, song number 11 on that track. Like, and I listen to this record now, and there's so many songs I love, but I just remember like hearing "Do What You Want" the first time and being like 13 years old. Like, you're fucked. There's no going back. You know what I mean? And so this is the best, in my opinion.
Can I make an observation?
Sure.
How are you going to hate on the legend Joe Rivas for picking License to Ill, but you like dub reggae?
Because everything I like about dub reggae is the exact opposite of fucking the Beastie Boys. Like, Beastie Boys is so like up tempo and like in your face, which is why I totally understand the appeal of it. Because it's like, I'm wide awake music. But I'm in your face, and you know, and like it's very like energetic and I don't know. I guess I don't know how to describe it properly because it's not a music that connects with me.
No, for sure.
But dub reggae music is the reason why. There was a certain time in my life where I realized I'd stopped like reading books, and so inevitably my fucking brain was backsliding into being stupider. And so I realized that I needed to fucking, and I love listening to music.
Right.
And I realized I'm not reading books because I'm listening to so much music and it has the lyrics in it and I can't concentrate. So I was like, I need to find instrumental music that I like. So the only instrumental music that I knew that I liked a lot, because you know, like a lot of the electronica stuff or instrumental stuff is too sleepy. You know, it's like Elevator, you know, whatever.
Lo-fi.
Yeah, but I used to love surf music. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to get fucking way into surf music. And then you go through some of that stuff and it's like, God damn it, this one has lyrics on it. Like, I don't want to hear fucking Jan and Dean. I just want to like listen to the Ventures, you know? And then it's like, how much surf music can you fucking take? Yeah. I mean, it only lasted for like, it lasted for like a year or two in popularity until the Beatles came and fucking wiped it off the fucking map. You know what I mean? And so, you know, inevitably, like, no human being can have surf be their main music they listen to for more than a year. And I did a whole year. And then I was like, I got to find something. And then I found dub reggae. And dub reggae is like, it's instrumental music. It's someone taking a hook, and it's like you can dig into it as little or as much as you want to. It's like it's the same thing I love about great hip hop is it can like fade into the back, or you can dial in and you can tell that there's so much fucking shit going on right now that the person that like created this is a fucking genius.
Right.
Yeah, did that answer your question?
Fully, you just like changed my mind. You're gonna have to give me a list after, because I definitely now want to like delve into that.
Word.
So sick.
Word. Did we get your punk pick, Benji?
What year are we on?
88.
No, I don't think you did. But are we still on California?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say one that I feel like it fulfills California, and it fulfills my wild card.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm picking NWA straight out of Compton. That's what I'm picking.
That's
'cause
tight.
technically they are hardcore,
Yes. Not hardcore punk, but hardcore,
but they're
for
hardcore,
sure.
yeah, for sure. And then they're also like my wild card because
Yeah.
it's not punk.
Great fucking pick.
So
tight.
and fuck the police,
Yeah.
but
Straight from the underground.
but not Fred Hammer.
Technically a sheriff.
That's fucking rad.
Still a cop.
Shout out to his nice ass house.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. We played a show in his driveway one time, and all his fucking neighbors came and pulled up on their lawn chairs and watched Blasting Concept play
Yeah.
his daughter's birthday party.
That rules.
We
Sick.
on Christmas Eve we went over, we tried to carol for him, but he wasn't home. He must have been working that night. So what?
That's awesome.
You gotta spread the Christmas cheer, dude.
Fuck yeah, you do.
You know, now that Trump's around, they're saying Merry Christmas again. Because they stopped for so many fucking years.
Yeah. Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
How rude of you
Yeah.
for saying that.
Why would you want to include anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a non-believer and I like Christmas.
I like it too.
So
So, do you want to hear the other picks, or we want to talk about
Of Punk?
NWA more?
well, I think okay. So let's count that as his wild card. So let's do the Punk picks of
Okay.
'88. The other ones.
Other Chemical People, Suicidal Tendencies, How Will I Laugh?
I love that record.
Yep, that's a great one. Final Conflict, Dashes, No Effects, Liberal Animation, Social Distortion, Prison Bound, 2 Allroy records, Allroy Says and Allroy for Prez, and Crimp Shrine's first record, Sleep With That.
That's the first one. I thought Duct Tape Soup. No. Okay. Anyway,
but
who knows?
It's a 7-inch, so.
So for '88, How I Laugh Tomorrow, If I Can't Even Smile Today, may have made my list, but it didn't. I wouldn't consider it a punk record anymore. And actually, I wouldn't have chosen it over Suffer, but it's so close. I mean, that's like
really good.
It's Suffer and that album are like top 10 for me of any genre. I fucking love that album. But I gotta say, the only fuck this too. '88 is a great year, dude.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Now,
That's your wild card?
yeah, it's my wild card, and I love every Maiden album from the first one through this one, and then I will add on Brave New World from the year 2000. And so it's weird that like they didn't make my list yet. I think their most underrated album is Somewhere in Time from 1986. I hear a lot of people shit on that record, and actually I've seen them play a couple times. They didn't play anything off it, but
That's weird.
yeah.
It was a huge hit.
Well, it's the first time they started fucking with synth.
Yeah.
So some people would say it's the first time they started fucking with synth and didn't do it that well.
What's the...
Well, so what?
I'm trying to think of the cover that Jarvis and them do. That's off Somewhere in Time.
Yeah, Wasted Years.
Yeah, Wasted Years. I think.
Yeah.
Janet.
But anyway, yeah. But anyway, no one can accuse this album of having bad synth because like maybe Somewhere in Time was their dry run. This one is fucking ridiculous. This has some of the best Iron Maiden tracks, and it's the culmination. It's really the culmination of their career. This is them taking it as far as they can take it without being shitty, and they knew it. And that's why the next record, they tried to strip it down to start over again, and it sucked. So this is like the apex of Iron Maiden. And you can like them anywhere on that spectrum. I mean, the first fucking record is an amazing record. And all the way through, it's building up to this. And yeah, it's never the same after this, although there are lots of, good records, good songs, et cetera, et cetera. But this is the end of the glory of Iron Maiden right here. And so they had to make it on my list. And also some of the best artwork.
Yeah, music was certainly changing by that time too. They didn't want to completely give into the whole cock rock thing, because they didn't feel that they fit in. I mean, they changed some with Somewhere in Time. To try to dip their feet into it just a little bit, but then it didn't, they didn't feel right with it. So, they went back to jeans and, well, I mean, Bruce never did, but whatever.
Well, since we're on Maiden and we talked about Bad Religion, Zach gave me a bunch of tapes, and none of the Bad Religion tapes or Maiden tapes play right because those motherfuckers played them so many times. And I'm bummed.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. So, Stu, what's your wild card? 88.
88 wildcard Slayer, South of Heaven.
Joe, same.
Same.
Yeah.
Don't try to come back and redeem yourself. Fool.
No, I'm not trying to. This is a far better record than Rain and Blood.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Interesting. So sell that to me.
It's better.
Songwriting?
Songwriting, yes.
The recording.
Recording for sure. I think too.
Really?
I do. I think Rain and Blood suffers just like a little bit. It makes that record so much more fucking intense. But if you're gonna compare those two records, I'd choose South of Heaven.
If I would just, if you were to just take the drum sounds,
Drums for sure.
like South of Heaven, like Dave's drumming on South of Heaven is so clear what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cleanest drumming ever.
And then I mean,
Just how tight it is.
until the next record,
Seasons.
yeah. But like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Man, that's so crazy to hear you say that, and that's awesome because a different perspective on it. But I feel like Rain and Blood and Seasons sound way brighter than this. So maybe like you like the darker, more muted sound, but you don't think it sounds muted?
I mean, the guitars do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's how you wanted to sound.
I was just giving the example of drums between Rain and Blood and South of Heaven.
Yeah, I think those two.
And that's what made Slayer happen. I mean, Rain and Blood was fantastic, but it's a thrash record, and then you get this, and this is like this, like precision metal. They did something completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna knock South of Heaven. It's a fucking great Slayer record, but South of Heaven is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
What's the next gnarly track?
What do you mean?
Like I think that
What are the
Silent
records?
Scream?
Silent Scream.
you think that's a classic Slayer song?
Sure.
I think so.
Mandatory Suicide.
He doesn't do the straight fast beat until the end. Mandatory Suicide.
Ghost of War.
Sure.
Ghost of War. Fuck yeah.
Ghost of War. I'll
Spill
give
the
you.
Blood.
I'll give you Ghost of
And then
War.
they go catchy with Dissident Aggressor. Like that's like
What's a Judas Priest song too?
It's the worst Slayer song.
you don't like that song?
No.
Oh.
Worst.
It's a Judas Priest cover, so
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, there goes me.
And also the worst Slayer song.
because it's not
Live Undead?
Live Undead. Yeah.
Dude.
I think this record is like they're demoing for what would be their greatest record, which is the next record. And I think that Rain and Blood is amazing because, like, again, it's just what the fuck is this? This is the greatest apex of thrash. And then in Seasons, they are able to like really hone in what they're trying to do with some of the mid-tempo stuff on this, add in some more groove, and then
Some amazing riffs.
yeah, and then add in even a little bit of catchiness in the vocals, like Seasons of the Abyss. Like that's a legit chorus they put on there.
That whole record is sold to me by that track, and that's the last track on the record.
Last track on the record.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, and also, you know, I don't like to listen to it anymore, but like the Dance with the Dead in My Dreams, like that one got everyone.
I have to skip that.
I know, but everyone loved it at some point.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loved it at some point to the point that they can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I still like this better than Seasons. And, you know, it might be because it's a nostalgia thing. You know, I grew up on this. You know, the first time I heard it, I had a tonsil that ruptured.
Okay.
And I was sick in bed for 3-4 weeks. And John Winstead came over to play the record for me. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, listen to this. I'm on all these drugs and stuff.
What a good friend.
Well, I was like so doped up, like I'm going to hell. What's going on? Dude,
it's so heavy.
I freaked out. And then there's another story Stu wanted me to tell about this record that Bernie John's brother Chris and I were on the bus Frontier, and we had headphones into one Walkman, and we're listening to this as we're waiting to get to get everybody else on the bus so we can drive home. And these homies started fighting below us. Like we're looking out the window and they're fighting right below us, and we're on mushrooms too. I forgot about that part. And they were supposed to be just like throwing blows with each other, but the one guy pulled out a knife and sliced the other dude. So the dude he had a yellow pencil behind his ear, and he took the pencil and fucking jabbed it into the dude's temple and broke it off, and then just got on the bus and just sat down next to us. Like, what's up? Let's go. And then the cops came and fucking took him off the bus and then walked him away. But yeah,
What a G.
yeah, on shrooms, watching this whole thing. It was great.
Listening to Slayer.
That's awesome.
The Slayer, yeah,
Yeah, killer pick.
I love it. Anyway,
Benji, on your wild card.
This is for 88.
yeah. Well, he sort of gave it with.
But I do have an option.
Okay.
Oh no, okay. So
And if I can just mention them, Gorilla Biscuits, they released their 7-inch.
It's a great 7-inch.
It is a great 7-inch.
I love that 7-inch.
High Hopes, No Reason Why, Big Mouth, amongst other tracks on there.
Oh yeah,
Man, it's Gorilla Biscuits. Like
Yeah.
shit.
great art. I fucking love the art. It's iconic as hell.
I had a chance to see them when they did their reunion down here, and they were playing down at the Glass House, and I was with Travis from Minus and a few other Santa Barbara dudes, and we were like, I don't know, man, 30 miles away. My car blew up, and we had to go back. Like, there was just no way we could go to the show. It was fucked up. And I heard it was cool.
back, man.
But the tow driver, like, he had a couple of the other dudes sitting on the bed, like, in the car, which is illegal. And then he took us back and was telling us how he, like, towed Snoop Dogg's lowrider back to, like, Inglewood or some shit. It was cool, man. It was a nice ride back.
Sick.
Okay.
Did everyone give their wild cards?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're going on to 89.
89, the final year of this episode.
Do you want perspective on the other bands?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so also in 88, Public Enemy, Takes a Nation, Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking, Living Color, Vivid, The Pixies, Surfer Rosa, The Pogues, If I Should Fall from Grace. Those were other notables to me, so.
Sick. 89, California Punk and Hardcore, Stu.
I picked Excel, Jokes on You. Such a tight album. Full Hesher. The drums are amazing. I think the guitar playing is awesome. The riffs are just out of this world and really catchy. And this is the album where Metallica jacked a riff and turned it into Enter Sandman.
Those motherfuckers.
Right?
Is this the Excel record
How
that has
dare
No.
the police cover?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's full,
And it's so good.
full Hesher, but still dragging their toes in that they're like punk.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's crossover.
They
It's
stole that
great,
shit?
great cross.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. This rules.
Yeah, love it. Love the art on it.
Did you see them a few years ago when they played Ventura Theater?
Never seen them.
Oh.
They've been playing a lot too. Or in the span of like 5 years or so, but I'd say.
It was fucking awesome. They were great.
Yeah.
Joe?
Joe.
I chose Instead Will Make the Difference.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
I absolutely loved. Bonds was super important to me, but this 7-inch was just so good.
Yeah. And that move of LP first and then 7-inch and then another LP.
Pretty tight.
Like, yeah. But this 7-inch is just every single one of these songs is sick.
Yeah. And then, years later when I was on tour with Good Riddance and Ensign, and then they both covered,
Feel Their Pain?
well,
Dude, this song's so good.
Oh, yeah. Instant did Will Make the Difference.
Will Make
and
the
then
Difference. And,
Good Riddance did Feel Their Pain.
Yeah. So I always thought that was cool. So
That is cool. And both songs, shit.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Some people will say, just another Unity song. The more, the better. To us, they are wrong. Yes. Dude, that sums up a lot of what I believe about hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, not enough unity songs, not enough fucking anti-racist songs. Let's fucking the pillars of hardcore. Keep it going. You know.
Let's make that shit fucking strong, bro.
Yeah. Activate this motherfucker. You know, you gotta love it. Yeah. Okay. My choice. Love that choice, Joe. I went Bad Religion, No Control. I'm going back to back, dude. That's good. And and
I
shit.
ain't mad at that.
Don't get mad at my 1990 pick either next month, because these are the three, like, dude, 88, 89, 1990. Jesus Christ, can you do three better punk rock albums year? Yeah. Like, that's insane. If I had to rank them, No Control is number 3. But for 89, it's still so good. Amazing. Bad Religion in their fucking absolute prime. Who's one of my favorite, if not my favorite bands of all. Yeah. Well, probably my favorite punk band of all time.
I back that, man.
Yeah.
They're the shit.
Yeah. I mean, hard to put up, you know, Bad Religion versus Iron Maiden, Slayer, and Tom Waits. Like, what? How the fuck do you rank that?
Yeah,
that would be a sick show, though. At the same time.
Let's hope Tom Waits would make it out okay. You know?
Dude,
it's like,
I think people would be into that, though.
Fuck yeah, dude.
well,
Sick.
one day if I have enough Patreons, I'm going to put that show on. It's going to be rad.
Smash that shit, people.
But yeah, so I'm going Bad Religion, No Control. Stu,
That's a
what
great
you
choice.
For wild card,
got? Oh, no.
you already got me, dude.
Sorry. Benji, 89 Punk. California Punk Hardcore.
Okay, so I might bend the rules a little bit on this one because I'm just going straight for Skid Row for their self-titled Skid Row.
They're from New Jersey.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought they were from LA, bro.
but respect on the Bendies.
You bet that
You bent the coast.
Yeah, I mean, dude. No, I think we're gonna allow it just for how much that was bent.
Keep going, dude.
You bent it so far, we'll allow it.
You're paving a new way, dude.
You like bent it all the way back around.
Oh,
Okay, well, honestly, then, aside from that, I don't have a California man.
okay. This is a killer record.
Yeah. That's so sick.
I love the first Skid Row record.
The Youth Gone Wild.
Yeah.
They just got tracks on there.
They do.
It's sick.
Yeah, so they put out like several singles off this record. So Youth Gone Wild, 18 in Life, and I Remember You. But this is a deep cut record. Yeah. Like everything is bangers. Like
Well, it's like my Cinderella guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Cinderella is, yeah, but
You're saying that like the Cinderella doesn't have like all the filler. Like that record's good all the way through.
That record's good all the way,
Yeah.
top to bottom.
Because there's
and that's just me, but you know.
no, I mean I'm a fan of butt rock, but there's this very few of those albums. Like, I mean, you get to the third Motley Crue album, there's fucking no good songs on it.
Yeah.
You know, Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet
I'll give you
Home,
Home Sweet Home, and then what? And then a cover song.
We Like It Loud, but that was a demo song.
Okay.
From Shout at the Devil that made it to the next record. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's just a lot of that stuff is. I like the first Poison record. It's more good than bad, but like I think that this Skid Row record, it's like the non-hit tracks are fucking good.
Yeah.
So it bangs all the way through. I'm not familiar enough with that Cinderella record, but I'm gonna check it out if you think it's solid all the way through.
I'll check it out too. I don't even like that stuff.
The other thing, man, is like I didn't really.
I love that guy's voice, so that's
It is
that's fine.
fucking sick.
Nobody's fool. Nobody's fool. I'm no fool. Nobody's fool.
Yes, you are.
Nobody's fool.
But on that note, honestly, butt rock is so sick, and they got the most badass riffs, and I didn't learn how to appreciate it until like I turned like 29 or 30 or something.
Dude,
It took me a while, man.
so how
A
about
lot
this?
of it's garbage. I'm sorry.
How about this for a Nard tie-in? You know, an album that I fucking love is the Rat Pack LP, and like when you listen to it, you'll be like, is this like good butt rock, or is this like first wave punk worship? It's like it's walking the line so close between like original punk shit and butt rock that I'm like, I can't decide what way it's leaning, but I like it either way. You know, it's fucking awesome. It's like, it is. Okay, Joe, I don't know, so you got to tell me if you can. What is Rat Pack in 1990? Like, who do they have?
I think just. I mean, obviously Matt, but
So
I don't know who else.
And is Matt
because Dave's gone
and is Matt from Oxnard?
no, he's Santa Barbara.
Okay, so it's like a
Montecito.
Santa Barbara band, Montecito. I don't know, dude, but that record is fucking awesome. And if you guys don't have it, I'll send it to you. Because I would like your take. Like, what is this I'm listening to? Like, I can't describe it, but I fucking love it. You know?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I would say, might be the guys, the Ugly Kid Joe guys that are in the band too.
Like the guys that ended up being Ugly Kid Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I didn't know that was a connection.
I think.
Okay.
At least maybe some of them.
Dude,
I mean, that was all. Those guys were all RKO. All this. They were all a crew together. So
here's how good that Skid Row album is.
Dude, your
Okay.
take is so
89. So this is like butt rock's at its biggest, right? Right before it's gonna bust. They do 4 songs before they hit a song that ended up being a single. Like no record company would let you sequence your album like that. Like you're hitting a fucking single in the first 3 songs, right?
Right, yeah.
They do 4 songs before a single. It's just a testament to how good those first 4 songs are.
That's true.
Yeah.
shit.
Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache. Because they probably thought Can't Stand the Heartache was going to be a hit. They just didn't choose it as a single.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then Piece of Me, fucking rocker. Anyway, that's a Skid Row. Fucking great pick,
So
Benji.
fucking tight, dude.
his wraparound pick. So other.
That was a great pick for California punk and hardcore.
I'm
Well,
embarrassed.
they did do a punk record later on, right? Didn't they do a punk cover record or something?
Skid Row? Well, GNR did.
But I thought Skid Row did too, for some reason.
Well, that's embarrassing.
There's a Mustaine
Oh no,
photo.
that's right. They did a Sex Pistols song. That's what it
Okay.
was. That's right. Anyway, other 89.
So did
West
Megadeth,
Coast,
and that's how Jeff got into punk.
California. No, yeah, that's right. Other 89 California band, Operation Ivy Energy,
Great.
Ooh.
So fucking good.
Sam I Am self-titled, Suicidal Tendencies Feel Like Shit, No Effects, S&M Airlines, Offspring self-titled, All Roy's Revenge from All, and Chain of Strength, Chasing Death, which I'm surprised it didn't come up, but that's okay.
Great 7-inch. Shout out Ryan Hoffman.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the pod. And yeah, moving on to the wild cards.
Yeah.
All right, I'll set it off with. Okay, let me explain because
There's a lot of
we
shit
ran into
going on.
fucking issues with me picking Conflict over Age of Quarrel.
Yeah, who does that?
Me. So
like
with
I
this,
support
there's
that.
there's like a lot of fucking bands that I love, like Sick of It All, like Blood, Sweat, No Tears came out this year, like Gorilla Biscuits Start Today came out this year. I love all those records, but if I'm going to choose one that I don't know, just love the most, if I could have a wild card, I'm going to pick Nothing Faced by Voivod. I love this album because they were a thrash band for their first 2 records, War and Pain and Roar. And then they got weird when they hit an LP called Killing Technology. They're still going fast. They're still heavy. And they're like, they dabble in this like weird like space theme. And so they have like this like technological theme on their records, and then they go full on with this album. And I wouldn't even really consider this like to be a metal album, but it is, and I think there's a lot of punk involved with it too. But they go full weird, and they have like a Pink Floyd cover on it, and they really fuck with like ugly chords. And why I also love this band so much is because the guitarist Piggy influenced a lot of my other favorite guitar players, like the dude from Dead Guy, Like, I love that band. He was also in Rorschach.
Shout out Fixation on a Coworker.
Dude, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, underrated ass night.
It's incredible record. But yeah, I love this album very much, and I chose it to be my favorite.
Love this pick. Love any time that a band's third record is someone's favorite. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Shows the band is like, I don't know. I like it. I like that stick to it and stick-to-itiveness.
There's a mosh part on one of the songs, and it is a full lift from Igor Stravinsky's Rites of Spring, and they turn it into a mosh part, and it's fucking sick.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it rules.
I want to put that idea in a duel against fucking Abigail and see what wins. Okay, if you're the fucking Renaissance Fair. Alright, Joe, what do you got for
Chuck Platt would be very happy that you chose that.
That's tight
because he loves what. Anyway, I chose the Stone Roses self-titled record.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, this
never heard it.
This is another record. There were the beginning of that Oasis Blur, like that Brit pop, that 90s Brit pop.
Yeah.
But just a year before. A Manchester band. They're they were amazing. And we listened to them a lot. So I love the record.
Cool.
That's my pick.
They were also part of my pick.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought they were.
Yeah.
I think they're important.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say underrated because I think they've received a lot of attention now, obviously, and people love them.
Well, they could have been your wild card pick. I mean, you've only thrown out your your California punk and hardcore pick.
Kind of bending the rules here a little bit.
Dude, it's fucking Benji.
Oh yeah.
Benji.
Fucking Benji. Come with it.
Wow.
That's good. That's your new name, fool.
Don't worry, you got like a few months to settle into it before this comes out.
Good thing I'm a Benji because there's a learning curve, I guess.
All right. So, do you have? Are we good? Is this the final?
Yeah, wild card.
My final wild card, and then episode over. Okay, come on. If you got one,
Yeah,
spit
no,
it.
I'll read the other.
De La Soul. 3 Feet High and Rising.
Good.
I think it's a great album.
Yes.
Goddamn. I mean, it's like part of like the golden age of hip hop. The samples they use on there, like they're cutting like Hall and Oates. They're cutting Steely Dan. You wouldn't really be able to tell if you didn't know or whatever, if you didn't like look it up or whatever. I didn't know that until maybe like, I don't know, 2 years ago, and I've been listening to this album for, I don't know, a long time. De La Soul is a treasure, and I love them so much, and I really do love this record a lot. So that was my wild card.
That's a good pick.
This is a start of the stuff where I really start loving hip hop.
Yes.
I mean, outside of
Beastie Boys, yeah.
no, outside of Paid in Full, which is 87, I think.
Which one?
Paid in Full.
Oh yeah.
Eric B.
Yeah. So
Rock him.
I mean, that's the start of everything for me. But this is when really a big chunk of stuff starts coming out that I enjoy. My 1989 wild card is Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I mean, just to fucking put the pussy song as the first song is like a brilliant fucking move, right? It's like, why fuck around? Dude, this is Tom Petty stepping away from fucking the Heartbreakers, right? This is solo. And it's like...
But it's still the Heartbreakers playing, but whatever.
Yeah, they're playing because they heard the song, so like, oh, give me a piece of that, dude. You know? It's like him trying to do solo and then knocking it out of the fucking park. I can't imagine how it would be if I was a Heartbreaker. And I heard Tom Petty do this record by himself. You got to cut your fee in half. Be like, holy shit, he just did that solo. So you start with Free Fallin', right into I Won't Back Down. Get the fuck out of here. Just two bangers like that. But what I want to say is this album's got deep cuts, man. You're So Bad, fucking beautiful song of like, I don't know, just it's like describing like a reason, I don't know. It's like it grabs a feeling of love and why you are, loving towards someone that is like not traditional. Like, oh, you're so bad. Like, I fucking love you. Like shit like that. It's just like, it's not a conventional love song. Apartment Song is probably my favorite Tom Petty song, period. And that's like a deep cut that like, most people I guess probably wouldn't know. But I used to live in a 2-room apartment, neighbors knocking on my walls. It's like, just thinking about like, it's so good. Like, the neighbors knocking on my walls. Like, who hasn't fucking dealt with that shit? It's like, and he's putting it into a song of like, like, this song sums up so much of how I always like, not always feel, but how I feel. Of the hook being, it's okay, I'm all right. I just feel a little lonely tonight. I'm okay most of the time. So he's like, I'm not depressed, dude. I just don't feel good right now. Yeah. And everything's gonna be okay. Not everything is like life or death, but it's like, he caught me at a bad time. I don't feel that good. Just hit me up tomorrow. I'll feel better. Like this is how, that's like to hit that human emotion in that song where like, everything is so dramatic in music, to be able to like, I'm going to dial into that emotion, which is something that a lot of people have, just like, I'm just having a bad day, but I know that it's not the end of the world and tomorrow's going to be okay. Like, how do you dial into it so perfectly like that? Like I know a lot of people like felt bad when he died, but I just think he's like a big, big loss.
Yeah.
He was one that got me,
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was produced by Jeff Lynne, right? And the rest of the Wilburys did parts and stuff on this. But Mike Campbell, I know, played guitar. The Heartbreakers guitarist, played on that too. So
hired gun on this record.
Yeah, that's all right. So was Roy Orbison on this record.
You say hired gun like it's a bad thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So
it means you got to pay him double, probably.
It's a great choice. You want me to give these last?
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Oh, I see a good one.
Yeah. So The Cure, Disintegration, 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine.
I fucking love that record.
Nirvana, Bleach. And I had De La Soul here, but you mentioned it already. So Faith No More, The Real Thing.
Man, times are a changing. Yeah. The 90s is going to be buck.
It's going to be buck fucking wild.
Dude, I had so many options for 89, like, because there's so many good ones.
Okay, what else you got there?
I can't pick one.
Well, as long as you chose the most important one, which
these
is
are
Skid
important.
Row self-titled.
De La Soul.
Yeah, you chose two already, fool. All right, go these other ones.
Okay. Obituary, Slowly We Rot.
My number three.
Sick.
My number three. It was actually on my list, and I had to delete it for the Tom Petty.
Yeah. Which is okay. Like, it's cool.
Morbid Angel.
But man, like, honestly, I didn't get into like a lot of metal or death metal.
Yeah.
However, they got bounce and they have groove, and it's just like a lot of fun to listen to. The Cro-Mags, Best Wishes comes out that year. It's really great. I really like it.
I like that record, yeah.
Sick of It All, Blood, Sweat, No Tears, Born to Expire by Leeway, Judge Bringing It Down, fucking Bad Brains,
There's a lot
Quickness. There's like so much shit. Start Today.
Really
Killing Time, Brightside.
Killing Time, Brightside.
I'm sick of all your faces. Sick of all your lies.
This fucking Cannibal Corpse covering Killing Time.
These are things that I despise.
All right, this has been fun again. Let's wrap it.
Great.